Hi guys, you've got the Oracle there back for round one. Unfortunately, I messed up the recording of game one, and basically what happened is that I was on the play, I mulled a bad hand, and then had a decent one, but drew too many lands, flooded out, and wasn't able to kill my opponent, which is playing a blue-red tempo deck, I would say. Anyway, I don't have much to set in or do with my deck, so I guess I'm just gonna submit the way it is, and hopefully I will not mulligan or be flooded next game. That was quite bad, and there was just not much I could have done, honestly. Not a very entertaining or interesting game by any means, so I guess it's not too bad I lost the recording. I think I definitely want to play first. And that's gonna be another mulligan, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm playing 16 land, I know that, but still. 16 is not 0, it's just 1 less than 17. I guess I'll keep that because of the scry. Vestige is sweet. If I draw a few more lands, I might do something this game. But it's not gonna be easy. I need another land than Vestige, because Sky Scour alone is not gonna do a whole lot of things. Those hands have been really bad for me though. Not too lucky. A land next turn would be great though. And the opponent has some decent start of his own. Anyway, I drew a land, and I have the Shrieker there, which is quite great at attacking. So things are not looking too grim. You haven't just touch of the void that thing though, which is not great for me, obviously. I drew a Schemer. Good news is that Herald enables me to play everything but the Brute Butcher, so I'm not in the worst spot right now. We'll see how it goes. Those two flyer are gonna be decent, I would assume, in this matchup, and Herald kind of holds the ground there, which I do appreciate. As the opponent is gonna cast something new, something special, a Devouring Flame. Okay. Well, that might be really bad for me. It might mean that I will end up not being able to cast my spells. If I draw a land next turn, this doesn't matter too much. And a Containment Membrane too. Whew, that's a bunch of removal. The problem is that since I've been mulling both game and my opponent played a bunch of removal both game, there's not really any way I can win. If you mulligan, you can maybe be faster than your opponent, but that aside, not much you can do. For unknown reason, my opponent played the Phoenix first main phase, which is a misplay because he could have kept that back to block, while attacking didn't made much sense there. So I'm not sure what this was. Maybe misclick, miss something, a misthinking. I don't really know. It was definitely not great for my opponent. But honestly, I don't think that's gonna be enough for me to win, especially since I just ate an island, which is probably profitable for my opponent. That's fine. If you have nothing better to do on your turn, I'm completely fine with that. So with one more land, I can cast a Brute Butcher, which I guess is a decent news. I'm getting raised by that Phoenix though, which is quite sad, given that I should be the aggressive deck, but that the opponent is killing me faster than I can kill him. Weird games. At least I think I can cast. Yeah, I can cast any deck. I mean, any card of my deck at that point, and any land means I can cast Brute Butcher. So at least I have no dead draws. And I'm actually gonna raise that Phoenix, I think, if there's not much else going on. Given that my opponent has 3 cards in hand though, don't like my chances too much. Another salvo. Yeah, the opponent deck is really strong, filled with good removal. I'm definitely trading there. There's no real question. Well, Schemer was a good draw. Yeah, just a very solid thing to get there. I guess I might as well deal 2 here. And now I feel like I might be in decent shape. The opponent seems to be flooded out a little bit. Definitely blocking there. And if he doesn't have ways to deal with those, he will die in 2 turns. And actually Shrieker was quite a strong draw too. So things looked grim, but now it might be enough actually. And even if he has a bounce spell, he will just take the damages there. I guess he would have bounced before I could attack though. The opponent is very dead to the board I have though. Since this is not a blocker, he needs 2 blockers for that, as well as a way to deal with the skimmer, so it might just be the end. Okay. Phoenix is quite annoying. Guess I have a decent amount of 4 or more toughness flyer though. That being said, it's not the card I really want to see. Complete Disregard is amazing against the Phoenix, but that card can be quite painful. Guess there's still nothing I really want to change. Those unnatural endurances could have been useful to deal with my opponent's removal. The fact that I'm on the draw for this last game is not too great though. Guess this time I'll have the card advantage, but tempo might just be is probably just much better. Anyway, we managed to win at least 1 game with that Eldrazi deck, as we will take a 3rd mulligan. Amazing. It's funny because it feels like playing 6 clean land is like removing all the lands from your deck, which is quite stupid. Anyway, that's a decent 6. Don't think I really want that. Since I cannot cast it yet, I also kind of want to draw colorless or colored mana. Given that turn 1 into most likely a turn 2 and a turn 3, etc. So, unfortunately, it's not the best day for the Eldrazi to shine. I think that my deck is quite fine, but I think that given my opponent is playing a large amount of removal and that I mulled almost every game, things did not really went into my direction with no S. Oh well. Prophet is not really annoying right now though. Flameseeker, sure. I can deal with that. I think I'll play Culling Drone first. Do I want to raise or I think I'm actually fine playing a Sky Scour first. The issue with my deck is I'm only playing little cheap crappy creatures, so yeah, the opponent just needs to deal with those and things can go wrong quite quickly, unfortunately. Especially since Blinding Drone doesn't seem great so far. Bonzo, that card is quite bad, but if my opponent can equip plus Boulder Salvo, that's gonna be fairly good for them. Analysis is not the thing I'm the most concerned with. Guess I'll take 5 there. The issue is that my opponent is dealing more damage than me, as well as getting more card advantage. So overall, things are not looking too great. As I drew a 5th land, which is not too great. Especially since it's not a colored, a land that produces colored mana. So I'm not sure how this will go. This is pretty much the story of that match. I mulligan a hand with no land into another hand, which floods me quite a bit. There's not a whole lot of things I can do about that. I think I'm fine trading there. Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah, my Culling Drone is not doing much. The opponent is likely to play something that can block it this turn anyway, as he just did. I drew a Vision of Brutality, which is actually quite decent to make sure I don't die to that thing, because now my opponent cannot really raise me off the Vestige of Emrakul, so that was a decent top deck. Basically anything that's not an island or a swamp is a decent top deck at that point, I would say. And the opponent is actually going down to 8 here. So we might be doing it. The Sky Scour are beating down quite efficiently. The opponent doesn't need much to just deal with my things and come back in this game. I think we played Devouring Flame all games though so far. Alright, and Boulder Salvo, yeah. The opponent deck is quite sick. Are you sure you wanna do that? I don't think it end up doing any good for you. I really don't think so. So guess I'll play that. It's quite annoying that I have tapped my Blinding Drone. That being said, it is a good blocker. It is weird that the opponent is willing to trade damages at that point though. I'm a bit surprised about that. I don't mind it. This is quite cool because it enables my Herald as well as the Blinding Drone, so it is all Gucci. The bad news is that the opponent has still 3 cards in hand, and if at any point he can reap a colorless mana, he will just bury me with card advantage. So that might end up this way. Anyway, I feel like I've played against the exact same cards every single game. The opponent always had Devouring Flame and Boulder Salvo. I mean, I cannot complain about my opponent playing good cards. That's good for them. Not sure how many salvos and Devouring Flame they have though. They showed a lot of those anyway. And now the opponent is thinking about something. I'm not sure why. He might move the Bonzo and attack. I don't think it's great. Do I die here? Do I die? No, I don't think I do die. I think I'll go to 1. And if the opponent attack, he's dead on the backswing. Did I miscount it? No, I even go to... Oh, okay. It was just to make his creature bigger. And deal 2. Well, that's actually fine. I drew a Sky Scour, which is quite nice. Actually, I didn't need to use an island there because of the Herald. Alright, that was not the most impressive. It was basically a 5 mana sorcery lead by the example that shocks the opponent. Not the most impressive spell. If my opponent wants to attack with that, I'm fine. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I don't think he will attack. Definitely tapping that, I would say. And I cannot kill my opponent yet. I can only put him down to 2, unfortunately. So I guess I'll attack with Sky Scour there. And if my opponent doesn't do much else, and if I draw a colorless spell next turn, I think I just win, unless I'm mistaken. Might as well play this land. No real reason to keep it in hand. So yep, if the opponent just have blank in hand, which it might be, and I draw a colorless spell, I will straight up win. Do have to tap that though before anything else, and we might be able to do something and come back here despite those 3 mulligans. So the opponent, yeah, is dead on the board if I have a colorless spell, which I just threw. The question now is, should I go for the kill and maybe lose to a removal? Because let's let's just say he has a removal or a bounce. I tap this, I attack. Either take 4 and dies, or he bounces or remove one of my 2 things. Then I only have that back to block, and I'm actually not dead. And if he attacks with that, then I can do the same attack next turn. I'm unsure. Feel like the waiting a turn play is a bit safer. Now the thing is, I forgot about the Herald one more time. Quite stupid. Thing is, does my opponent have a way to interact with me? If he has a turn against, he takes that, block here, and I'm dead next turn. Ew. Yeah, turn against means I lose, which I don't appreciate too much. I think it is just safer to only attack with Cower. Because turn against would definitely kill me there. And any type of removal would be annoying too. So yeah, I feel like making the safer play is better. Yeah, turn against. If I tap that, attack with everything, he steal that, blocks here, take 2 and kill me on my turn. And given what he had, I think he couldn't have killed me with turn against. So he might have that in hand. It's not extremely likely, but I guess it's gonna be game. Not sure which line was better here. I played it more safely. Not sure how much it could have mattered. On the other hand, there's not a whole lot of things that the opponent can top deck. If I was at 3, and he could just burn me or something, I would be much more tempted to make the aggressive play and attack with everything. But given the board state, I felt like playing a bit safer would be better for me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this match, and sorry about the first game. It was quite an interesting though, and I guess I see you guys for round 2.